Alright, so in the last clip there, all we were doing was we were just monitoring the exhaust manifold. Each runner here, all the way up, to see which cylinders were contributing and which weren't. And we found these two, which this would actually be number 1, this would be number 2. They do it from the flywheel side. We're not contributing. So now we're going to go in and do a relative compression test just to see if it's a cylinder breathing, valving issue, or if it's a fuel injector issue, because we really can't get to anything from the outside here. It's all shoved up underneath the valve covers. Alright, so now we're going to do a relative compression test because we got 2 rear cylinders there that aren't firing or aren't generating any heat, so we want to know if it's going to be valving or if it's going to be injectors. I mean, it's got 5,000 hours on it, so it could very well be injectors. So what we want to do here is disable our fuel, which is that fuel shutoff solenoid there. So we get that out of our way. Alrighty. Alright, so we're going to do a quick relative compression test here. 600 amp clamp. I got no other real option here. It's a mechanical engine. I can't get to the glow plugs to do in-cylinder. And I don't have pulse style pressure transducers for the intake and exhaust to do anything that way. We do know these 2 rear ones are weak, so we want to see if it's breathing cylinder related or just fueling. Now this does have 5,000 hours on the engine, so what we do here, flip our amp clamp on, go to volts DC. We're already set up on a 1 volt scale, which is good. This is 1 millivolt per amp, so that'll show us everything we need. And then we'll zero it out here. Follow the arrow, stick it over our battery cable. We already disconnected the fuel shutoff solenoid up there, so. Alright. Now let's zoom out. Alright, so each one of these pulses represents cylinder coming up on top dead center compression. So let's just choose with our cursor here. They all look about the same, but we can check that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then slide that over. Alright, so 1. I hate this tool sometimes. Alright, so we're just going to look at our peak to peak just to go over them real quick. So 1 is 284 amps, 2 is 290. Just try to get it in the center somewhat. 285. Now we're at 289. A little low, 272. I'm not in the center here. Close enough, 281. So that represents 5 cylinders. None of them are super high, super low, so we're not concerned about that. So next step is if they want us to pull the exhaust and air intake and all that to get the valve covers out to check the fuel injectors. So that's it for now.